It's 2 a.m. You wake up. Again. Not because of a bad dream or a loud noise, but because your bladder just won't let you sleep. Sound familiar? Nighttime urination, called nocturia, isn't just annoying. It's exhausting. It breaks your sleep, drains your energy, and can leave you foggy and frustrated the next day. But what if you could fight back, naturally? Without pills. Without side effects. Just smart, proven changes that help your body rest the way it was meant to. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to reduce nighttime bathroom trips after 60 and reclaim the peaceful sleep you deserve. Stick with me. Your nights are about to get a whole lot quieter. If you're over 60, chances are you've asked yourself, why can't I sleep through the night anymore? Maybe you fall asleep just fine, but a few hours later, your bladder calls, and it doesn't care what time it is. You shuffle to the bathroom, half awake, trying not to trip or bump into furniture. Then you crawl back into bed and lie there, wide awake, counting the minutes until morning. This isn't just inconvenient. It affects your entire day. Lack of deep sleep is linked to poor memory, mood swings, weight gain, and even heart problems. But here's the good news. For many people, this frustrating cycle can be broken without medication. In this video, we'll walk through simple, natural steps backed by science and used by thousands of seniors to reduce or even stop nighttime urination. We'll cover the causes no one talks about, the foods to avoid, the exercises that strengthen your bladder, and the daily habits that make all the difference. So if you're tired of being tired, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. So what exactly causes nighttime urination to become more frequent after age 60? First, let's start with the natural aging process. As we get older, our bodies begin to produce less antidiuretic hormone, a hormone that helps us retain fluid while we sleep. With lower levels, your kidneys continue making urine during the night, just like they do during the day. The result? A full bladder at 2 a.m. Second, the bladder itself changes with age. It becomes less elastic, which means it can't hold as much urine as it used to. And to make things trickier, the bladder muscles can weaken, making you feel the urge to go more often, even if it's not full. Third, sleep patterns naturally shift as we age. Older adults tend to sleep more lightly and wake more easily. That means even a minor sensation, like a little pressure in the bladder, can wake you up. And let's not forget medications. Many common prescriptions for blood pressure, heart conditions, or swelling, like diuretics, actually increase urine production, especially when taken in the evening. Then there are other health conditions like enlarged prostate for men, overactive bladder, diabetes, or even sleep apnea, all of which can trigger frequent nighttime trips. But here's the key insight. While these factors are common, they're not inevitable. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to live with broken sleep and constant bathroom visits. There are practical, natural ways to retrain your bladder, reduce fluid buildup, and improve hormone balance, starting today. In the next sections, we'll explore exactly what you can do, from adjusting when and how much you drink, to specific foods that either help or hurt, to gentle movements that support bladder function. We're going to equip you with real solutions, not just general advice. Because quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's a necessity, especially when your body is healing, recovering, and renewing each night. So, ready to learn the first step? Let's go. Now that we understand how aging affects bladder control, let's look at some hidden causes, things that often go unnoticed, but could be keeping you up at night. First, let's talk about mineral imbalances. Your body relies on proper levels of magnesium and potassium to regulate fluids. When these minerals are too low, especially in older adults, it can cause excess fluid to shift into the bladder at night. The result? You wake up needing to go, even if you didn't drink much water before bed. Second, caffeine and alcohol. Even a small glass of wine or an afternoon cup of coffee can linger in your system longer than you think. Both act as diuretics, meaning they tell your body, make more urine. If consumed too late in the day, they can significantly increase nighttime urination. Third, for men, an enlarged prostate, called BPH, can squeeze the urethra and make it harder for the bladder to empty completely. That means even after going to the bathroom, the bladder still holds urine, and before long, the urge returns. Women aren't exempt either. After menopause, estrogen levels drop, leading to thinner bladder walls and weaker pelvic muscles. These changes can contribute to more frequent urges and less control. Then there's poor circulation. When you sit or stand during the day, fluid can accumulate in the lower legs. But when you lie down at night, that fluid re-enters the bloodstream and heads to the kidneys, creating more urine. That's why some people notice their first bathroom trip is just an hour after lying down. And finally, one of the most overlooked causes, fragmented sleep. Sometimes it's not the bladder that wakes you. It's poor sleep that makes you more aware of your bladder. Conditions like sleep apnea or even stress-related insomnia can cause frequent awakenings, during which you notice you need to pee. The good news? Each of these causes has a solution, and many don't require medication. In the next section, we'll break down the first practical step to reducing those nighttime trips. And it starts with something simple: how you manage fluids during the day. You don't have to stop drinking water. You just have to be smart about it. Let's look at how. You've probably heard the advice: just stop drinking water after dinner. But that's not the whole picture. In fact, many people make it worse by staying dehydrated all day and then drinking a lot in the evening. Here's a smarter approach. Front-load your hydration. Use sleep. Start your day with a big glass of water within 30 minutes of waking up. Then, continue to drink fluids steadily throughout the morning and early afternoon. By the time you reach 5 or 6 p.m., your body should already be well hydrated. This simple shift allows your kidneys to process most of that fluid while you're awake and active. That way, by bedtime, there's much less excess fluid circulating, and your bladder isn't working overtime while. Next, set a hydration curfew. For most people, stop drinking large amounts of liquids 2 to 3 hours before bed. You can still take small sips if you're thirsty, but avoid full glasses, herbal teas, or nighttime smoothies after your cutoff time. And pay attention to hidden fluids. Brothy soups, juicy fruits like watermelon, or even a bowl of cereal with milk add to your overall intake. These should also be enjoyed earlier in the day. Bonus tip: elevate your legs for 20 to 30 minutes in the early evening. This helps move fluid out of your legs and into your bloodstream earlier, so it doesn't wait until you're lying down at night to become urine. Small change, big result. Many people report fewer bathroom trips within days of adjusting their fluid timing. What you eat has a powerful effect on your bladder, especially at night. Some foods trigger irritation, increase urine production, or make you feel that sudden urge to go. Let's start with the bladder irritants. These are foods and drinks that can inflame the bladder lining and increase nighttime urgency. Caffeine in coffee, tea, chocolate, and even some pain relievers. It's a diuretic and a stimulant, both of which disrupt sleep. Alcohol. It suppresses the antidiuretic hormone we mentioned earlier, leading to more urine. Spicy foods, such as hot sauce, peppers, or even heavily seasoned dishes, can irritate the bladder lining. Citrus fruits and juices, like orange, lemon, and grapefruit, are acidic and often worsen bladder sensitivity. Tomato-based products, including sauces, soups, and even ketchup, due to their high acidity. If you're struggling with nighttime trips to the bathroom, try cutting these out for just 1 week and observe the difference. Many seniors notice improvements within just a few nights. Now let's talk about foods that help. Magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, and almonds help relax bladder muscles. Bananas and sweet potatoes offer potassium, which helps balance fluids. Complex carbs like oats, quinoa, and brown rice keep blood sugar stable, which is important for preventing excessive urination. Water-rich veggies like cucumbers, celery, and zucchini are hydrating and gentle on the bladder when eaten earlier in the day. Timing matters here, too. Aim to eat your largest meal at lunch or early dinner, around 5 or 6 p.m., so your body has time to process the food and fluids before bedtime. One surprising tip? Avoid sugary snacks before bed. A late-night spike in blood sugar can trigger your kidneys to work overtime, pulling more fluid into your bladder. And if you take any supplements, especially magnesium or vitamin C, try to take them in the morning or afternoon rather than at night. A bladder-friendly diet isn't about restriction. It's about knowing what helps your body rest rather than wake you up. Now, if you've made changes to your hydration and diet but still wake up multiple times to urinate, your bladder may simply need a little retraining. Yes, just like a muscle that needs strengthening, your bladder can become more controlled and resilient with the right kind of movement and awareness. Let's start with pelvic floor exercises, also known as Kegels. These are especially useful for both men and women over 60. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles that supports your bladder and helps control urination. Over time, especially with age, childbirth, or prostate changes, those muscles weaken. Here's how to do a basic Kegel. While sitting or lying down, tighten the muscles you'd use to stop the flow of urine. Hold that squeeze for about 3 to 5 seconds. Then relax for 5 seconds. Do 10 repetitions, 2 to 3 times per day. The key is consistency. You won't notice overnight results, but after a few weeks, many people report less urgency and better nighttime control. Next up, bladder training. This may sound a little strange, but it's a proven method used in urology clinics worldwide. The goal is to teach your bladder to hold more urine for longer periods of time. Step 1 is to keep a bladder diary for 3 to 5 days. Write down every time you urinate during the day and night. This will show your current pattern. Then, choose a typical daytime interval, say every 90 minutes, and aim to delay your trips to the restroom by adding 15 minutes. So, instead of going every 90 minutes, try waiting 105. If you succeed, increase again in a few days. Over time, this builds bladder endurance and breaks the cycle of urgency. Important, only do bladder training during the day. Don't force yourself to hold it at night. Your sleep is too important. But this daytime work builds control that carries into your nighttime rest. There are also gentle yoga and breathing techniques that support this process. For example, child's pose or supine twist can relax the pelvic region. Deep belly breathing lowers stress hormones, which play a role in bladder tension. One useful exercise. Sit upright with feet flat on the ground. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, letting your belly rise. Hold your breath for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat for 5 minutes before bed. This calms your nervous system and reduces nighttime bladder signals caused by anxiety or tension. Another tip, walking daily. Even just 20 to 30 minutes improves circulation, reduces fluid retention, and helps regulate hormones involved in urination. So to recap this step, practice Kegels to strengthen your bladder support muscles. Try bladder training during the day to increase control. Use gentle stretches and deep breathing to relax the pelvic area. Keep moving with light walking to support overall balance. Each of these tools might seem simple, but when used consistently, they create a foundation of better bladder health and fewer nighttime interruptions. Here's a truth many people overlook. Poor sleep habits can actually cause more nighttime urination. When your body struggles to fall or stay asleep, you become more sensitive to every signal, including that mild urge to pee, easily disturbed. So improving your sleep quality might be the missing piece to fewer bathroom visits. Let's be honest, sometimes hydration, diet, exercise, and sleep changes just aren't enough on their own. That's where natural supplements and herbs can lend a helping hand, especially if your nighttime urination is caused by an overactive bladder, hormonal changes, or mild inflammation. The good news? There are several safe, well-researched options that are gentle enough for daily use, even in older adults. Let's break down a few of the most effective. 1. Pumpkin seed extract. This natural compound helps strengthen the pelvic floor and bladder walls. Studies have shown that it reduces both daytime frequency and nighttime urgency in older adults. Look for standardized extracts in capsule form. 2. Saw palmetto, often used for prostate health in men. Saw palmetto also supports overall urinary tract health. It may reduce swelling and improve urine flow, especially if your nighttime trips are caused by an enlarged prostate. 3. Magnesium glycinate. This gentle form of magnesium supports smooth muscle relaxation, making it useful for calming an overactive bladder. It also promotes better sleep, a double benefit. 4. Horsetail, a lesser-known herb with mild diuretic and astringent properties. It may help tone the bladder and reduce irritation, especially in women. 5. Corn silk extract. Traditionally used to soothe bladder inflammation, corn silk is often included in herbal blends for urinary support. A quick note, while these supplements are available over the counter, always check with your doctor or pharmacist if you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or heart conditions. Natural doesn't always mean risk-free. And timing matters. Most bladder support supplements are best taken in the morning or early afternoon, so they don't increase fluid activity overnight. Here's something most people don't realize. Your body often holds onto fluid during the day, especially in the legs and ankles. When you lie down at night, that fluid redistributes, and your kidneys go into overdrive, leading to more nighttime urination. One of the best ways to reduce this is by getting your legs moving throughout the day. Even light walking, stretching, or gentle leg lifts can promote circulation and prevent fluid pooling. Elevate your legs for 15 to 20 minutes in the late afternoon. This helps release trapped fluid before bedtime. Also, try cutting back on salty or highly processed foods, which make your body retain more water. And here's a simple habit. Avoid sitting for long hours without standing or moving, especially in the evening. The more active your lower body is before bed, the less fluid will shift to your bladder overnight. So, what if even after all these changes, you still wake up once during the night? It happens. But here's the key. Don't let it ruin your sleep. First, avoid turning on bright lights. Use a dim night light in the hallway or bathroom. Bright light tells your brain it's morning and shuts down melatonin. Second, don't check your phone, not even for the time. The blue light and mental stimulation make it harder to fall back asleep. After using the bathroom, go right back to bed and focus on slow breathing. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale for 8 seconds. This relaxes your nervous system and helps lull your brain into rest mode. If your mind is racing, repeat a calming phrase silently, like, "I am safe and relaxed." It helps distract your thoughts and settles the mind. And remember, one wake-up isn't a failure. Falling back asleep quickly is a huge win. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You now have a complete roadmap to reduce nighttime urination naturally, without depending on harsh medications or invasive procedures. The key takeaway? It's not just about the bladder. Your hydration habits, sleep quality, daily movement, stress, and even evening routines all play a role. And remember, lasting change takes time. You may not see results in one night, but if you apply these steps consistently for even 2 to 3 weeks, your body will begin to respond. Everyone's journey is different, especially after age 60. Be patient. Celebrate small wins, like one less bathroom trip or deeper sleep. If this video helped you, consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might be struggling too. And if you're looking for more natural health guidance, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're here every week with safe, practical tips for better aging. Thanks for watching. Take care of your health, and we'll see you in the next video.